No, because they don't have to poop.
Go figure.
Sorry, we run out of time. No more questions.
By the way, just so you know, we've touched on parenting and some film stuff that might be controversial, but I guarantee you we have offended people more about talking about the angel
bottoms.
Behold as angels and
angel bottoms.
You, ma'am.
Hi guys. My question is for Rob. I just wanted to know if you could share any stories from the set of Waiting.
Oh yeah. We had a great time. That was so much fun. We were in New Orleans for a month, and what you saw on screen was kind of happening off screen. We were just partying our faces off in New Orleans, and we were fast friends. And I still keep in touch with a lot of those people. One of my favorite stories, God, we had so many just crazy New Orleans stories when we were out and about New Orleans. But one of my favorite stories, especially now, that I like to tell my kids who are teenagers and think I'm uncool, was that you know what, a lot of times we talk about on sets, we talk about having like set crushes. And so like, you know, it's not like you really like have a crush on somebody, it's just like, you know, my set crush is, you know, yeah, but not that, you know, but yeah, the lady who, you know, the lady electrician or whatever it is, right? And so we were I was out to dinner with Ryan Reynolds and Anna Faris, and Anna was talking about her set crushes, the different dudes who work on the set. It's like, ooh, you know, the boom guy's my set crush. And I said somebody, whoever. I have lots of crushes, always, my whole life. But then Ryan, who like had like the first couple weeks was like kind of more distanced from the rest of us, but then was like, oh, these people are actually really fun and funny. And then he went out with us this month, and he kind of had some catching up to do, so he kind of wanted to go out every night. Anyway, Ryan Reynolds was like, you know who my set crush is? Rob. I was like, oh, Ryan Reynolds, thanks. That's awesome. So now I thought to myself, in 15 years I'm going to tell my kids that Ryan Reynolds had a crush on me.
That Deadpool loved you.
And Deadpool thought I was cute. So anyway.
Well, thank you very much. That was my favorite movie growing up, which it probably shouldn't have been.
I love it.
But that's awesome.
I love it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Love the outfit.
Thank you.
Question
for Richard. What's one of the things you and Gabriel have most in common?
Snark. I think Gabriel is, you know, has a bit of a snarky sense of humor, and I think I can tend to be that same way. And I don't know if that's because I played the character, so some of my own natural snark bled into the character, or if the character is designed to be that way. But I tend to believe that somewhere in the middle lies the truth. You know, you as an actor, you bring the most truth to whatever kind of role you're playing, so that the lines can become a little blurry between where Chuck starts and Rob ends, or Gabriel starts and Rich. There's always going to be a sliver of overlap, and I think that the sort of snarky sense of humor is probably where that overlap is for me.
Thank you, and I'll have your kielbasa waiting for you when you're done.
I love it. Thank you. You, young lady.
Hi. So I wanted to actually thank Richard for the show, given that he was the reason that I watched it. My first episode that I actually really watched was Channel Changing, and I honestly thought that you screwing with everybody was the best thing. So you actually inspired me to watch the show. But I did have a question for both of you. If God and Gabriel were both here in Vegas, what do you think they'd do? I'm actually from here, so I'm just curious what they would do if they were here.
Well, Gabriel would be at the strip clubs.
Yeah, Gabriel would definitely be somewhere topless.
And God, what would you be doing?
Trying to get Gabriel out of there and have him listen to his father for once.
For once. Let's do one more question real quick. Right over here, you, young lady.
Hi, my name's Rachel.
Hi, Rachel.
I think it's hilarious that you told us one of Rob's drunk stories yesterday. And I was just wondering, from the whole cast, is there any other drunk stories you could tell us?
I don't, honestly, that's one of my favorites, because it's funny.
Surely there's somebody else.
I'm trying to think. There's got to be something that has happened that is horrific.
I mean, there
booze.
But we just, I don't know how, which we can say out loud.
I know, but even the presentable ones aren't coming to mind. I'm trying to think if there's anything. Damn it. I know, but I'm trying to think, and I'm trying to think of like, no? I'm literally going like, it's funny because I'm trying to think, we're going through casting and I'm like, what did Jared ever do? Or it's Jensen, Misha, I don't know.
At the snaps, did anyone ever like?
No? Damn it. Jason's too squeaky clean. You know?
No, but occasionally he'll have a night.
I don't recall. I don't remember him doing anything untoward.
But there was that other time that I was really drunk.
We might have some more Rob stories.
Yeah, there's the time I think that might have been the same weekend or a different Comic-Con where I was so hungover.
Oh, you had the panic attack on the floor?
Yeah, you can do that.
That was a good one. Sure. We're doing live coverage from Comic-Con for GameSpot.
Billy just went like this.
We were doing live coverage from Comic-Con. So cameras following us around, and we're walking around interviewing people cosplaying.
It was the morning after that story.
Okay, I believe that. It was the
morning after that story. I was so hungover.
So this dovetails into the story you already know. And we're walking around, and Robbie and I are just all improv, kind of going, well, look at that, look at this. We'd stop and interview people and all this stuff. And at one point,
it's super crowded there, right? It's super crowded. San Diego,
Comic-Con,
super crowded.
Wall-to-wall people.
With a live camera following us.
And I'm like this in front, and I turn around like, hey, Robbie, what do you think? Christ! And he literally has gone pale and sweaty, and his shirt is soaked through where you could see nip. It was all visible to the naked eye. And I was like, and I thought, no joke, I thought somebody had hit him with a water balloon or done something like, I thought he'd been like hit with something. I was like, what the hell happened?
And I remember looking at him like, you know, trying to signal to him like, cut, we need to cut him. I'm having a cold sweats. And he goes, live camera, holy cow, get a close-up of this one. Jeez, when you're having a panic attack, by the way, the last thing you want is attention. Okay, just FYI, next time you're having one. He's like, God, can you zoom in on this? Whoa! Now is that your sweat or what is, can you tell us what's going on here? In your mind. Knowing full well I overdrank the night before.
Yeah, so we had to get him out of there, and if you ever go back and watch that footage, you'll notice that right after that moment, Rob's wearing a different shirt.
Yep.
We had to go buy him a My Little Pony shirt or something and stuff him into it.
Lesson learned.
Thank you for your question.
Thank you.
Appreciate it very much. Listen, how many of you started with us on Thursday? Who's our Thursday people?
So many of you.
And how many of you people are here right now? Raise your hand. I want you to know that this has been a fantastic 4 days. It's been spectacular, and that's all because you people have come out with great energy and great big hearts and helped us have a great party here in Las Vegas, Nevada, celebrating a show that we all know, we all love, and we're excited to watch for its 15th season. It's an honor and a privilege, and the band is here now, which means we're signing off. This is the end of our time on stage. You still have photographs, but we are done with our duties, and so we're going to sing the song that we sing, and we ask you, if you know it, join us. If you don't know it, listen, and join us next time. Robbie, shall we? You know it? You love it. It's the end of the con as we know it. It's the end of the con as we know it. It's the end of the con as we know it. So go home after your photographs and your autographs. And you're going. It's the
you next year.